It's Larry the Cable Guy, and you listen to my buddies Rick and Bubba. If you're not, you're a communist. Get her done.
Phone calls. Another couple of stories have come out. We're now peeking inside the attempt for, which, by the way, if you're a good socialist, which means mini-commie, government-controlled health care is the coup de grace. That's the one you've really been wanting because that gives you more control over the people than anything you've accomplished so far. Sean is in Gallatin, Tennessee. Sean, welcome to the program. How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm good, Bubba. How about you?
I'm good. I hope you're all right and have a good weekend.
Oh, yeah, man. I sure have, buddy. I just got a quick comment.
Okay.
Like a couple of our first-class countries, Canada, Britain, Switzerland, they got federally run healthcare programs, and they're great, man. You know, people don't complain. Everybody.
What planet are you on, Sean? First of all, you just referred to them as great, outstanding countries.
I think he's being facetious.
Are you kidding around?
I think he's serious.
No, it's not Sudan, Libya. It's not Kuwait. It ain't Afghanistan. So I call them first rate.
Sean, have you lived in any of those countries and had their health care?
No, I served in the United States Marines, sir, so I'm well traveled.
Yeah, but
I appreciate your service, but it's funny because we get people that call here all the time telling us, and I haven't lived there either, but they tell us it's a disaster, and they say every election it's like the number one topic about what are you going to do about the healthcare system.
Sean,
over in Canada, you know the guy that started their federally run program. He's over Wayne Gretzky in popularity. That's Canada.
But Sean, let me ask you this, Sean. The guy who was one of the governors of the Providence, I think it was Alberta, when he needed heart surgery, he came to the United States. I mean, we had that.
But a lot of people get insurance just to come to the United States, Doc. I mean, just to come to the United States on vacation and go back to Canada just to have their little operations done because of the price of operations in the United States. I understand, fellas, that it's about capitalism and making a mighty dollar, but don't you think that these exuberant prices are hurting American pockets?
Sean, wait a minute. Rick, wait just a minute. Let's go back to this.
At some point, I want the floor.
The guy in Canada who was a highly placed official, I want to say governor of one of the provinces, came to the U.S. to have heart surgery, and you said he did that because of what? He won't take a vacation?
No, sir. He
just ignored that point and made another.
Sure. Canada. They will come down here on vacation, but if something happens, an injury or anything happens, a head injury, say anything, God forbid, happens, they'll go back home to their hospitals.
No, Sean, he came here because
you're not listening to what Bubba just
said. He could have done he could have gone anywhere in Canada he wanted to go. He came to the U.S. because the best heart doctors, the best heart surgery was in the U.S. And his life was on the line. He didn't care about it then.
I agree, Mr. Bubba. I think we have the best doctors. Money can buy, because that's basically all you're saying. Because that's how capitalism is.
Right. It gives you the best of the best. Now, Sean, listen to me now. Yeah. Sean, you being a Marine of all people, God, you know what you were fighting for? You know what you were protecting, and I thank you for it. Say it back to me. What starts with an F? What was the word that you were out there putting your life on the line, beating your body down to defend America for what? It starts with an F.
I don't get it, Mr.
Freedom.
Okay.
God, I hope you didn't serve the Marines and you didn't know freedom.
Sir, if you believe that we're really fighting for freedom, Mr. Bubba, I really believe you're just leading the masses blindly.
Well, you know what you did then? You wasted a lot of time then.
That we done. Sir?
Right. Well, then, look, but what I'm talking about is you're trying to take this country and dumb it down to Great Britain and Canada. If you please let me talk, Sean. If you were a Marine, then you know how to be a gentleman. So let's shut our mouth and let this man finish talking, then you can speak. Okay? Yes. You got to learn to have a conversation. Okay? That means you don't talk when I'm talking. Okay?
Yes, sir. I understand.
Understood. Listen, because I want you to understand this. I just think you're just wrong and you don't get it. It's not even about health care. It is about this government, the central government, growing and taking individual freedoms away from people. We're all going to be mediocre. We're going to dumb down everything. Look, I stood and I'll tell you where I was. I was at the DMV. I was standing in line with a woman who was from Great Britain. She was weeping in the line, telling me about her husband who died. You know what he died of? Prostate cancer. He died because she said he was put on a waiting list, and if he had been in this country, his prostate cancer would have been treated and it would have been done away with. You can probably make a mild case that the day-to-day things that we do under socialistic medicine, there might be the same and they might cost less. However, the only problem with socialized medicine is it's great unless you get really sick. If you get really sick, then you got a disaster on your hand, and it's wrong, Sean. Let me finish.
You don't have to get that far. You're right, Mr.
Hey, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Doctors today let it get that far because of more money.
I'm gonna hang up on you. Look,
He's
listen.
well traveled.
Yeah, gosh, my goodness,
Mr. Bubba.
We need to take
well traveled.
We need to take a strong look at the military. Yeah. Let me tell you this. Don't y'all get it? Do you realize the mentality of you saying, look, I don't really like the way things are going with health care, instead of letting the free market, where you heard in his tone, he demonizes capitalism, he demonizes the free market. But what he doesn't understand, capitalism and the free market, when it was allowed to completely run itself, and it needs to be allowed to run in health care, it has produced the highest standard of living from top to bottom in the history of the world. And we want to take that and trash it because we think our health insurance costs too much.
Well,
and to me, that's short-sighted. You know what else it is? It's selfish. You want to dumb down health care for everybody.
Rick and Bubba.
To Braxton in Florence, Alabama, 103.5 WLAY. Go right ahead.
Hey, fellas, Green Acres.
Hey, glad you're working, man.
Yeah.
Bang, bang. Come on.
Yeah, I'm out here running the roads listening to you on XM.
Thank you.
Just, my family, there's 4 of us, 3 older brothers, and the baby is my sister. And my mom, and we all love my sister. But my mom has always said if she'd had a girl first, there would have only been one.
I've heard that too.
I have too. Let's go to Brandon in the great state of Mississippi. Brandon, go ahead. 30 seconds.
Hey, guys, I just wanted to tell you about this website that Glenn Beck advertises. It's called don'tfundit2013.com. It's a petition to help defund Obamacare. So pass it along, advertise it yourself. Don'tfundit2013.com.
Yeah, I've heard about that, and I know there have been attempts saying the only way we're going to defeat this after the ridiculous Supreme Court ruling is to just defund it. Say, well,
there is that option in Congress. They have done that to other things.
866 We Be Big. We continue. Let's go to Mark in Dothan, 93.7. Mark, go ahead.
What's up, fellas? Heading to Green Acres for the first time in over a month.
Oh, glad you're back working. Go ahead.
Yeah, just want to remind y'all today's August 9th. 68 years ago, America dropped the bomb on Nagasaki, almost ending World War II today.
Yes, that is correct. That was a landmark day to help end World War II. It saved an unbelievable number of American and Japanese lives from a main island invasion. Although there was about 70,000 people killed in Nagasaki early in the morning on that day.
It did end the war, and it also was another example. Now, we don't know it anymore, unfortunately. Peace follows one thing, that's all-out victory. Until you break the will of your enemy to continue to wage war, you never have peace. And I would say that the Japanese learned a lesson from that, and they have not waged war against us since.
And unfortunately for those people, that was not the target that day. It was a backup target. The main target was covered with cloud cover.
And if they had not come around, the third one was headed for Tokyo.
It would have been real bad.
Alan in the great state of Alabama. Alan, go right ahead.
Morning, guys. How are y'all?
Good.
Monkey Grass and Green Acres.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate that. What's on your mind?
Hey, I just need y'all's opinion for the American people to hear in the listening areas. I'm a working man myself for $10.50 an hour every day out here in this sweltering heat. And I went out here and recently went to the doctor. I have my own personal, health care plan under Obamacare and had tennis elbow. He said, I'm going to send you down here to the physical therapist at the local medical center. Went in there and filled out all the paperwork, and the woman behind the desk said that'll be a $1,500 copay for your tennis elbow. What is a working man for myself to do to be able to afford to go to the doctor in today's standards with our current, chief executive officer up in the White House?
So now that's under the Obamacare plan?
Yes, sir, it is. It's a $1,500 deductible for me to get my tennis elbow worked out with a weight room assistant at the local fitness center.
Now, come on.
I'm not telling you a word of a lie.
So what are you on the Bridge program? What are you on? What kind of Obamacare?
I remember it being something along the Bridge program. Yeah. It's $172.50 a month for an individual plan.
You know, the Bridge is already broke, which is probably why you had the $1,500 copay.
Oh, it's like the Magnavox cassette commercial with the car on the bridge and it's wobbling back and forth before it all falls down. That's about where I stand right now.
That didn't feel like it was less expensive to you, did it?
No, sir, not at all. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous and scary, and I have to budget my yearly income tax return because I'm a man with 5 kids and a wife to be able to afford to pay off my medical bills just so I can have my body work as it should when I'm on my job.
Yeah, thanks. And that's on the Bridge program from Obamacare, by the way. We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba.
The problem is that math doesn't work. The hospital's going to go under, the doctor's going to go under, and you're going to be left with nothing.
Well, that's your view of it.
No, that's the truth, Charlie.
May I just a second?
How can a man your age be so naive?
Rick, may I just a second? Charlie, if you...
I don't like to be called names, sir.
I didn't. I said naive. You are naive.
I look at everything, and I don't look through a gun barrel at the program. I look at the whole broad view of things, and if you can't do that, then you're going to stand in the dark.
I'm not 73. We're going to have to pay the price for your point of view.
And Charlie, if you don't like your insurance company, you can get another. We have no other choice with Obamacare.
Rick and Bubba.